After a year of doing variations of the Price is Right wrestling intro, there's no need to do that anymore. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no. No, 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 no. No way. No reason to do that anymore. And why is that? Because the era of WWE NXT 2.0 is officially over. The winds of change, they're blowing through the halls of the Performance Center as we speak, blowing really, really, really goddamn hard. So it's probably a good thing the talents are out touring right now around various cities in Florida and getting some experience. And hopefully the live crowds are having fun because these winds of change are bringing about so many good things. They're bringing about a new logo. And hopefully they're taking some of the paint off the walls, such as the kaleidoscopic Paper Mario Color Splash Human Centipede Together stuff that even a blind astronaut in deep space could see. And how could a blind astronaut see? How could a blind astronaut get up there into space? I don't fucking know. Makes as much sense as some of the shit we saw in the last year of NXT 2.0, but nevertheless, winds of change are coming. That being said, though, this week's edition, next week's edition, both taped. So we still kind of got to deal with a little bit of, well, just stuff happening. I'm John Renton with my review, WWE NXT White and Gold, I guess, would be the intro. While the Price is Right intros were kind of fun to do, honestly, I'm just glad to have a few changes. So, nevertheless, let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. Carmelo and Solo are in Sean's room, just his office, just somewhere. Solo was not a sanctioned guy that the fans could vote on, so he has to give up the North American Championship. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Titles don't mean anything. And Carmelo thought he'd get the title back, but of course Sean has his eye on the future, which I'll let you decide. And it's going to be a 5-way ladder match. Oh boy, how fucking original. A ladder match. Wrestling never does fucking ladder matches anymore. Whatever. It'll be a car crash. It's going to be at Halloween Havoc, which apparently is getting the TakeOver rebrand after they took away TakeOver before, but nevertheless, a ladder match. God, great. That's just what we fucking need in our ladder. I'm sorry, but just they got to just cool it on the ladder matches. Whatever. Axiom Verge's entrance is ridiculous. It looks ridiculous. I'm not saying he needed to stay as a kid. He could have been the kid. No, wait, that was a Bruce Willis movie. The whole point is he could have been rebranded, not as Axiom Verge. And I'm calling him Axiom Verge because it makes as much sense as his intro where he stops and does this and stops time and all this. And he took on Mega Man Frasier. I'm calling him Mega Man Frasier because of the Quick Man bars that he has in his little video, Titantron. Best of 3, round 2. Axiom Verge is up 1-0. Nathan Frazier won. Was it good? Yes. Yes, it was. This was actually a well-wrestled match. I just have no reason to really care about this feud because it's not really much of a feud. The Phoenix Rising, the Phoenix Splash, 1, 2, 3, that was well done. I'm worried that Frazier is going to crash on one of these dives and it's going to be bad. Guy's got some hops, though. Saint Elbows Fire is coming for Mandy. And moving on from that, JC Chain, my goodness, good lord. Mandy says, I'm going to beat up Fallon Henley. You need to remind everybody why Toxic Attraction is the team to watch. And then Vic says, the NXT universe has been talking about Damon Kemp. Have they? Have they fucking really? Nothing against Damon Kemp, but really? Does anybody care about Damon Kemp? I mean, maybe a few people do, but it's like this whole Diamond Mine thing, whatever. So he took the money from Tony D'Angelo, and he will take on the Creeds, but only 1-on-1. Ivy Nile and Tatum. Okay, Tatum apparently does have a broken nose, is working through it. Toxic Attraction. They've been in the ring for about 10 minutes, by the way, or maybe not that much. It's just as far as programming. Because I'm sure they just put all this stuff together, and then they taped another edition next week while they're out there doing doing the tour. I think the first one in October will end up being live. I hope. We'll see. So, Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane took on Ivy and Tatum. JC just at one point just doing the muscle pose and just screaming at Ivy. I don't know why JC Jane amuses me so much, but she does. This is okay. Wasn't great. Tatum's got potential. And Ivy got pinned. Okay. Bit weird. And by the way, there was some... I'll talk about this here in a little bit, actually, but That match is all right. We then have Wayne Gazi, Fowler, and Jägermeister, which I think everybody needs a drink after this goddamn gimmick shows up. And again, Wayne Gazi can cut promos and he can work decently. And the grizzled hunk veteran soon to be rectimized, no more. This whole schisms tree, it's going to go about as well as the mana tree in the Secret of Mana. If you remember, you remember. There's also somebody in a Squid Game like jacket and mask. At least that's what people told me it was like. I've never actually seen Squid Game. It's somebody in a pink hoodie and a mask. People are saying it might be Isla Dawn. I'm all for Isla Dawn. I'm all for Isla Dawn being on TV. And I think that if that's her, good. I don't know who else it would be. Please let me know in the comments who you think it might be. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Grimes. We're going to beat you up. Then Idris Enofe and Malik Blade show up because Fowler and Jägermeister fought with them last week in the parking lot. That ill-fated goddamn parking lot. And then we had a makeshift tag match. Not the only makeshift tag match. And look, I like Blade and Enofe. They're fine. It's not that Fowler and Jägermeister aren't good. It's just I don't care about this gimmick. It's stupid. There was a cool destroyer to a pop, and then the one-way ticket, I assume, is what they're calling instead of Ticket to Man. 1, 2, 3. Recaps of Quincy Elliott's debut. It certainly occurred. And then recap on Roxanne and Meiko Satomura. One of the better TV matches that has happened in the year of NXT 2.0. It was really good. Really, really good stuff. Cora Jade taking on Wendy Chu. If Wendy's gimmick survives this goddamn rebrand, it's atrocious. It's a stupid gimmick. It's embarrassing for wrestling. Put Cora against somebody that I give a shit about, and maybe I'll pay more attention. DDT 1, 2, 3. Thank fuck Wendy got beat, and then Lash Legend attacked Wendy. I don't know why this is a feud. I mean, I believe Wendy said something about Lash last week or interrupted her promo or whatever. I don't remember. Because Wendy Chu it's wrestling death as far as a gimmick. Steiner talks about Bait and the Shaved Ewok, aka JD Ewokana. Open now, that doesn't quite work. Shaved Ewok is better. And then Trick is firing up Carmelo Hayes to come out and talk. Oro, Manesh, Mansa. You know what? Oro. I'm just going to call him Oro. Oro in the Blind Forest. There we go. Oro's there. Oro in the Blind Forest. And then he talks to Kelly Kincaid, the former Quinn McKay from Ring of Honor. I know she's been in NXT for a while, or at least NXT Level Up. Good for her. Carmelo and Tricky Dicky Williams talk, and then here's Andre Chase. Oh, for fuck's sakes is what I wrote down. Another makeshift tag match. Andre Chase and Bodie Gunward. He does look like a long-lost, gun guy. Gun son. The son of a gun, as it were. Against Carmelo Hayes and Tricky Dicky Williams. Andre Chase rolls up Carmelo Hayes and wins after a series of moves and time passed in this match. Hayes has got to be getting called up soon. I would be amazed if he won that ladder match. I think he should be called up. He is fucking ready. Or at least call him up in the Rumble. He is fucking ready. Do you want to keep Trick down there? That's fine. But Trick being his hype man, I'm okay with it. Backstage with, with Gallus and a makeshift bug, and then Briggs and Jensen show up, and they want to put him through a table. Fallon Henley looked incredible, by the way, because she's beautiful, and they're gonna have a match next week. And then Sangha took on Heavy Metal Von Wagner with Mr. Stone. Sangha has potential. Von Wagner doesn't. And there was a post spot where Stone had gotten involved, but then we got a post spot and then DVD throw 1, 2, 3. Heavy Metal Von Wagner beats Sangha. Why do they insist on Von Wagner? He fucking sucks. He really... Even if he's adequate in the ring, he's fucking bland as shit. Wes Lee says he had a chance to be slotted into the ladder match, but nope, I want to earn it. And then Stax calls him an idiot because he's going to face Tony D. Wes Lee, not Stax facing Tony D. That'd be weird. Grimes is pissed at Gacy. He's going to throw the Schisms tree into a wood chipper and then use that to go to the moon. Okay. Oro Mansa, Oro in the Blind Forest, is taking on Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller is insufferably good in the ring at times. He's also boring. I mean, despite the fact he tries to have all this personality, I don't know if the fucker can spell personality, but Oro and the Blind Force ended up winning because Apollo showed up bleeding from one eye because, oh my eye, I'm not supposed to get Grayson Waller in it. And it was a spin kick in the corner, and then Grayson Waller staring up at the spotlight as Oro and the Blind Force got the victory. Then the Creeds are fighting about who will beat up Damon Kemp, and Brutus won out by saying he beat up my face. Okay. And end Kemp's career, Julius says. Here's Steiner with a cancer survivor kid or a kid that's battling through cancer. I'm not exactly sure what. If he's battling through it, I hope he beats it. If he's beaten it, I hope he continues to beat it. So, Sol Ruka is on the beach, or Rucka, or whatever. She feels at home in the water, and her home is the ocean. That sounds like a terrible place to put up residence. And she's showing up next week. I have never seen her wrestle, but let's see what happens. Next week, Grimes and Gacy, and then Gallus and Briggs and Jensen in a Pubs Rules match. Well, I know what I'm skipping. Tyler Bate versus a shaved Ewok in a number one contenders match. I had a series of moves, well wrestled, but I don't care about J.D. McEwok. I don't care about him. He bores me. Also, his head is literally, it's like watching a it's like watching Takeshi's Castle or MXC when they had that giant, headed Vic Romano. That's what he reminds me of. And Tyler is really good. So is JD. It's not that JD's bad. Got an airplane spin. We got a 450 for 2. We got a brainbuster for 2. Back and forth. Boom, 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 boom. It seemed like Tyler Bate might get the victory, but nope. Top rope Spanish fly. Saito suplex. 1, 2, 3. And the shaved Ewok and Steiner are facing off. And suddenly Ilya Dragunov shows up to do this. Ilya Dragunov in NXT. After beating Walter for the UK Championship, having to relinquish it, but having some great matches otherwise. Okay, sign me the fuck up. His intensity, he hits hard. There's some really good shit here. It was a taped show. There really wasn't much to it. We'll see what happens next week. I don't expect much next week since Gallus, Briggs, and Jensen are having a pub match. Oh boy. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. No need to neuter anybody because we're done with Price is Right Wrestling. See you soon.